Hi, I'm Courtney. Thank you for joining me on my channel. I do not have a theme for this channel, but I guess the theme is all things I like to talk about. And one thing that I really like to talk about is relationships. So today I want to discuss things that let you know that it's time to take a break from dating. I recently took a year off from dating purposely. I I didn't want to date anybody. I wanted to kind of do some of these things that I'm going to talk with you about today. So the first thing I would say is, I'm looking down because I have notes, but the first thing that I would say is that, and this is the reason one reason why I took a break is because you just get out of a relationship and you need time to heal. If it was a very serious relationship, then you probably need to take that time to heal. I know people say it's a lot easier to what do they say? The quickest way to get over a man is to get under a new one. To me, that is just causing more problems. This is the quickest way to get new problems, basically. I think it may be quick. You may get that man out of your head super quick. It's so painful. I know. It's so painful when you're going through a breakup and you want to be with that person and you just want to get with somebody else that's going to give you those feelings. And so you don't have to think about the person that hurt your feelings. But it may be quick. It may be easy, but it's not best. The best thing that I found for me, and this is what I did, is to take those feelings, do some good, deep self-reflection about those feelings, go through the fire, deal with them, cry it out. You got to be depressed, not depressed, don't be depressed. Don't be depressed over it. Okay. But if you got to be sad for a little bit, do that. Do that. It will get better. And you will get over it. And you'll be able to date clearly with a clearer head. You won't have just jumped into another situation that could be worse than the one you got out of. You may have just jumped from the pot into the fire trying to get out of the pot. So you want to be able to think clearly when you're dating. And in order to do that, you want to clear your head and your heart of all the gunk that comes with, a relationship that maybe wasn't the best relationship for you. The second thing I would say is that you can't be alone. The second thing I would say is that you cannot be alone. This is not me, but I do know people that cannot seem to be alone. It's like they have to be in a relationship to be happy. And I often wonder, like, what is it that they are hiding from? What are they hiding from? What are they running from? If you cannot be alone with yourself, what is it in yourself that you don't like, that you have to have somebody else to distract you from? I would seriously think about that and take some time to be by yourself because you don't want to, because you cannot do so. Be by yourself. Really think about what is it in yourself that you're running from. And if you don't like yourself, what makes you think somebody else is going to like you? If you don't like spending time with yourself, by yourself, why would somebody else like spending time with you? And I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's true. It's true. You have to really figure out what it is you're running from within yourself and why you can't be alone. You can be alone and not be lonely too. You can enjoy your own company. And yeah, just because you're alone, you don't have to be lonely. The third thing I would say is that you don't know how to date. So I hate that I say so much. Sorry. I hate that. But you don't know how to date. But if you find yourself, how can I put this? Because so many of us do this, and I find myself doing this myself a lot. Like, I find myself following these rules of dating that make no sense. You know, playing the games, not calling for 3 days, and you know, it's just stupid petty stuff that somehow we've turned dating into a game. And it's not fun. Like, I don't think it's fun. If you find somebody that's really serious about you, that really likes you, enjoys you, and you play games with them, it's probably going to end up badly. So I think if that's you and you feel like you have to play these games, you have to use manipulation, if you use your tears to get what you want, if you use just manipulate people, men, I guess if you're a woman, I guess we're all women here. I don't know if there are any men, but vice versa. If you have to manipulate people while you're in a relationship with them, if you don't seek out the best for that person in your relationship, then you may not, you know, have the best dating techniques and the best dating skills, and you may want to acquire that before you delve into something really serious. You can really miss out on great people if you're manipulating them or trying to use them all the time, and you can cause great harm. So if you're not dating, if you don't know how to date, then I would say you need to take some time off and actually speak to a dating coach, you know, get some help with that. I guess this kind of goes along with everything else I would say. But the next thing I would say is that you get enamored too quickly. And I did a video about how not to get too enamored with someone quickly, if you want to watch that too. But if you get enamored with people too quickly, I feel like lipstick's all over more. I never wear lipstick a lot, but if you feel like, if you feel like you get enamored with someone too quickly, then you probably are getting into wrong situations, or situations that are not mutually beneficial or beneficial for you, because you're not getting to know the person. You're just looking for love, basically. And you can look for love in all the wrong places. I know that's a song. I know that's cheesy, but just roll with it, okay? You can look for love in all the wrong places and never find it, because you find yourself getting enamored with the person that you believe the person to be too quickly. And if this is the pattern that you've noticed when you're dating, you may want to take some time off of dating to figure out why. Why do you cling on to someone so quickly? Why do you have to fall in love with someone after a week of knowing them? You know, I would really say, not just because I created the video, I would really look at the video on how not to do that. And, you know, or look at some other YouTube videos too. But, you know, watch mine first. But watch that video and see if any of those things resonate with you. The last thing I would say is that you look for love. You look for happiness outside of yourself. If you find yourself doing this, if you find yourself expecting another person to come in and make you happy, if you find yourself expecting another person to come in and give you love that you feel like you need in your life, then you want to take some time off, because I'm going to let you know, happiness is a choice. No one can make you happy. You can be happy for a moment, but guaranteed you go right back to feeling the way you did before. Because you have to have true happiness within yourself, and you have to choose to be happy. One thing that I'm trying to do in my own life, because, you know, and like I said, I've been through all this, or I'm going through it now. You know, one thing that I'm really trying to do in my life is to be happy in situations where I'm not happy. You know, like, it's really, I'm trying to really choose happiness. Right now, I want to move. I live somewhere cold. I hate every time it gets cold. And I'm trying to appreciate winter. I'm trying to appreciate my life here because it's not bad. I just know if I move somewhere else, like in the warmer weather, I would be happier. I feel that way. But I also know that I am going wherever I would go. So I would probably go right back to where I was before in my happiness meter, even in a warm place, because something in me is not choosing to be happy in a situation. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but your exterior, everything outside of yourself, should not affect your joy. I guess I'll put joy, because maybe joy is a little deeper than happiness. But you should be able to have inner joy living in a cardboard box. And ideally, if, like, I don't know, people like Gandhi or Nelson Mandela can still be happy living in poverty. And I'm a Christian. I'm sorry. I know, I hate when people go off. You know what? I'll save this for another video. If you want me to speak more about it on another video, I will. I'll do that, because I hate when people go on tangents in videos and I'm like, just get to the point. But if you're looking for someone to fulfill you with happiness, and I'll speak on love too, because yeah, of course we want that person to come in because we want to be loved. But our goal in relationships, to me, this is just me, I feel like my main goal should be to give love in that relationship, and to be able to give love to that person, not because they need it, because they are fulfilled within themselves. They're 100% within themselves. They love themselves, but my love will add to that, and it would just enhance it. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Let me know. But I think in the meantime, while you're on this break, if you decide to take a break, let me know if you're going to take a break from dating, if you think you need to. But while you're on this break from dating, first thing I would say is get some therapy. Get some therapy. If you have a job with insurance, get it free. Do some things that you love to do. Learn to love yourself. Learn to like yourself. Spend some time with yourself. Get to know yourself. Learn what you like to do. Learn what foods you like, what places you want to go, where you want to travel. You just learn to really enjoy your own company and live your life alone. And when I say live your life alone, not necessarily lonely. Go out with friends, hang out with friends, do things like that. But don't let dating preoccupy your mind, basically. I'm a Christian, so spend some time with God if you're a Christian. You also just grow as a person. I would say take the time to just grow as a person. I'm reading a couple of books right now. I will share. Okay, so this book, Believe Bigger. So far so good. I'm halfway through the book now, and it's about believing in yourself, choosing your life purpose, but it also has a lot of work. It's a workbook that goes with it, but inside there is some work to do as well. So I'm reading this book. I finished, it looks so bad, I'm sorry you guys, but I finished mostly this book. I'm on the last part of this book. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I've been reading this book. It's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I definitely would advise reading this. It's a great book. It talks a lot about like how you have to change who you are, basically, if you want to change your life. If you want a real shift in your life towards a more positive life, then you kind of have to change who you are totally. So that is what I one book I'm reading now. I'm always reading about 3 books together. So at the end of the book, there's a lot of action to be taken, and that's where I am now. So it's a pretty thick book. It's got like 300 pages, I think, and I'm on 244. So it's a pretty good book. I would get it if I were you. Pick it up. I hope these tips help. Bye.